Hey everybody, this is Peter 24/7 from Sky Scorchers, and today's video is going to be on Atlas. Many people that I've spoken to are having a difficult time getting used to it, understanding the mechanics. I know many have read up on it and have even played it before getting it. So this is for the brand new players. We're going to talk about the extreme basics and basically what you should be doing now. So let's look at the Atlas page. You can access it from your main screen. You'll see on the right side it's a scroll with a dagger in it. If you click on that, it'll bring you to the Atlas screen. So this is my Atlas screen. As you can see, right dead in the center, it says home. Now, when we started in Atlas, everyone started around these little fixtures or monuments, and nothing was marked home or anything like that. The first thing you've got to do is, it doesn't really matter, they're not castles or anything. It doesn't really matter what you make your home at this point. So you click on a place, left side, you hit set home, and it'll change your home to where you want it to be. Now everyone started with a Primarch. Now the Primarchs are key. They're basically your game piece in Atlas. So you use them to move your troops around, explore, do whatever you need to do, whether it be farming, conquering. That's what your Primarchs will be used for. There are many different types of Primarchs, but we all started with a fighter, so we're going to talk about a fighter. So basically, what do we have to do? Basically, until they release more land, there are no unoccupied castles at the moment. So unless someone's going to get up, move out of the way and say, here's my castle, take over it, you're not going to get one. So what we should be working on right now is building troops and building alliances. So each team can have a group of 5 for an alliance. It could extend further than that. I know many teams do that, but system-wise, you can have up to 5 people on your alliance. So once you've got your alliances, the reason those are so good is because usually there's at least one experienced team on there. So if you don't know much about it, they can tell you or teach you as you go along, and they can guide you through it, which will make your life so much easier. When the players got the first release 5 months ago, I'm sure they didn't have as much opportunity for that at that time, and it was basically like putting a whole bunch of goldfish in the Amazon River with a whole bunch of piranhas. It just got chopped up. Luckily that won't happen as much this time, but we need to start looking forward and seeing what we can do for the land release on the 31st. So building troops is number 1. Everyone who started new yesterday started with Atlas Elite. I, for one, am going to continue that. I know some won't, some will. It really helps. Activity is needed because you need troops to do anything in this game. If you want to level up your Primarch, you need troops. If you want to level up your riders, you need troops. If you want to conquer a castle and get extra egg tokens that everyone's been wanting, you need troops. And we're not talking small numbers like 1,000 or 100,000. We're talking large numbers of troops. I know many long-standing players have in the millions. So basically what you have to look at is what you can do. Right now we have the free week, so utilize that. Every time you can get on, you should be trying to build troops. So we're going to go first on how to build troops. There's a mark on the bottom left with a dragon and a helmet on it. If you click on that, it'll open up the Primarch and the troops, and you'll see these little hats right beside it. So these hats are farmers. They're basically people that you train to be your troops. If you click on troops, you'll see that mine are pending, they're building. I'm always on, so I'm always building something. But right now I haven't let my farmers get up to 8,000, so it's never been 800. But all you would do is you would click on one of the open spots and you would train the troops. Now, to train troops, you need a couple things. You need the farmers, you need the hats. You need an open spot, which I don't have right now. I'm going to open it up in a second to show you. And you also need gold. Now, gold, when you're farming it, what you need to do is you can see these dragons that are passing by, little green marker, little red marker, all these bigger dragons on the map. Those are called poachers. You also, in the center here, you see a mine, which you can mine the gold as well. If you click on the mine, it'll show you I'll get 379,300 gold. If you look at the poacher, I can't look at one right now. Let me move over here. If I look at a poacher, 379. They'll give you the same amount. I like to attack poachers because they give me the shards, which will help me with other things in the end. But they both give you the same amount of gold, which we need to build our troops. Now, with the multipliers, it starts at a count of 30 times at the beginning of the day. And each time you attack it, that multiplier drops. So you'll be getting over 700,000. This is all speaking if you have an elite account, because we're talking about the first little bit. The first couple of runs, you'll get over 700,000, and that number is going to drop progressively until you're at where I'm at right now, just over 300 or even down to 200. So that progressively drops. The good thing about these bases is they're very weak bases that you have to fight for it. They're the invader base. They give you max HP. We're going to run one in a second just to show you. But to collect gold, you attack the mine or the poacher. So I'm going to attack this poacher here to the left of where my Primarch currently is. And I'm going to hit attack. So this is the invader base, the experience base. You pick any of your dragons that you want to fly, and you send them into the invader base. The invader base will be the same exact level as you, and it will always give you max HP. Now, it's a very easy base. There's no mage on it. There's no flax on it. It's really a whole bunch of crappy towers that are too low for what your level should have, first of all. Second of all, they are the towers that most people would advise against having. Maybe not the cannon tower and the archer, now that Juden is part of the equation and the new Vanguard Dragons are part of that, but definitely Ballista is a tower that you probably shouldn't have. You'd probably be laughed at if you actually had it on your base. So I'm just going to run this base. It's going to give me a small amount of money so we can train the troops, and I can show you exactly how we should be receiving them at this moment. So what I'm about to show you after I get this gold is how you should be receiving and where you should be putting your troops. Now, each Primarch, your character, your piece, can hold a certain amount. At level 1, I think it's 11.2 thousand or something like that. It's not much, especially if you have the elite account. It's going to increase greatly. It's going to be filled immediately. Also, another downside to putting everything onto your Primark is when you go and wander, whether let's say you're going to gain experience down in no man's land. When you're attacked, when you attack, you lose troops. You could possibly lose everything, and you'd be at square one. And you'd have to farm and build troops, and it's a very time-consuming process. So you should all constantly be building troops so you can refill. Think of it as a bank. You're depositing troops into a barracks so that you can create them later. So right now, I moved my dragon down here to show you the poacher. I'm going to move back. I'm going to click to where it says my home, and I'm going to hit move. And my dragon, really cute animation, is going to fly up there. So right now, I have troops that you saw before we're training. So right now, where it says in progress, I'm going to speed this up for the sake of this video. You can wait. I usually, whenever I'm going to be building more troops, I'll usually just use a timer and speed it up. So I'm going to do that now. Add multiple, boom. It's done, yay for us. Now I'm going to accept this. This is what it looks like if it's done. You're going to click on it, and it says troops transferred to Primark Fighter. Okay, that's cool. But in the end, I don't want to put everything on my fighter. I'm going to click on here, and if you see the right side, there's a transfer little button. Transfer unit barracks to dragon. Notice the arrow goes one way. This is where I was confused at first when I was told put everything into your barracks and don't put them on your dragon. So I went back to the barracks because I had 11,000 unit troops on my Primark, and I said, hey, look, a reverse button. I'm going to hit reverse, and I'm going to move all my units over there. It doesn't work like that, I'm sorry to say. But how do I get it onto the barracks, might you ask? Very easy. You click another area to go to. So right now I'm here. I'm going to click on the one due west of me, and I'm going to hit move. So my Primark is going to, another cute animation. Whee! So now that he's there, I'm going to click on the troops again. I'm going to speed it up for the sake of everyone being able to see. And once I speed it up and accept it, it's going to show troops transferred to barracks. Long story short, if you accept the units, if you claim the units while you're at your home, the units will go to that Primark. If you claim the units when you're away from home, they will go into your barracks. Going into your barracks is what you want. Once again, for the big rollout of land that's coming in about 10 days, 11 days, we need to make sure that we have enough units to do anything when that time comes. You don't want to be going in with 11,000 units, yay for us. You'll be gone in a second. You want to have a large amount. When I say large amount, we're thinking 100, 200,000, or even larger.